She had great presence. She was very aware of the audience, and she just had excellent language. And this is what you should model, I think. This is what a great interview looks like. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SLP Reviews, and I'm going to be reviewing an interview by Noah Tishby on Real Time with Bill Maher. Without further ado, let's get to it.
First up, she is Israel's first special envoy for combating anti-Semitism and delegitimization, and the author of Israel, A Simple Guide to the Most Misunderstood Country on Earth, Noah Tishby. Hey, you. I told you I'd get you here.
I know you did. You sure did.
I did. I've wanted you here for a long time, but I was waiting for the time when I really needed to understand what's going on.
All right, first off, from what I can tell, she looks extremely comfortable. Bill Maher is a trip. I'm not sure if Bill Maher is very attracted to this person or this woman. He seems like he's very happy to see her for some reason. She looks very comfortable. She's looking at him straight into the eyes, and she's already locked into her position. All right, let's keep going.
Israel.
Here we are.
And here we are.
Here we are.
And you're the one to explain this to me. I mean, I have read some...
So now she's settled in. She's sat back, right? She's comfortable. She's sat back into her chair. Her arms are a little bit open, and she's ready to talk. She's also smiling. You can tell that she's enjoying herself right now, and she's very comfortable.
Really disturbing things. I mean, usually in the past, okay, it was Israel against the people, their neighbors who are not big fans of them, and that was the war. Now it's internal. Now Israel seems to be fighting with its...
Okay, and as they get into the topic, you can see a little bit of squinting, and her whole composition has changed. I think right now she's ready to engage.
I mean, I see protesters in the streets, hundreds of thousands. For people who are not following this, please tell us why the president of Israel said civil war is possible. He said the abyss is within touching distance. Why is this?
Okay, this is, first of all, slightly dramatic. Let's just be straight here. What we're seeing in Israel, it's great. He's a great friend of mine and an incredible human being.
And as you can see right here and right now, Noah sets the stage for the way she's going to have this topic talked about, right? She says she's going to set the stage right now. Let's get into it. And she's framing the issue the way she sees it.
What's happening in Israel right now, what we're seeing is literally democracy and...
She's literally telling you this is what we're seeing. Keep in mind, we all have our own eyes to see what's happening, right? But she is telling you this is what all of you are seeing. So right now she's framing the conversation the way as she sees it.
Display. It's actually quite extraordinary. So let's backtrack for a little bit. So
she's giving us a story. She says, let's backtrack. She's framing this entire issue, and I really like it because she's taking command over everything.
A few months ago, Benjamin Netanyahu, whom you know very well, won the election, and because of how the parliamentary system is built...
Her arms, right? Look at that strength. I don't know if she works out, but look at her. Look at her fingers, right? This is a strong woman, right? She's looking up, strong chin, looking directly. I'm feeling strength here.
Israel, he started this coalition, which is on the extreme side. It's right-wing, more religious.
Very right-wing.
As it happens in the U.S., when new governments come in, they jump in to make sweeping changes quite quickly. And that...
Forgot to say, she gets confirmation from Bill Maher. She says that it's very right-wing, and Bill Maher agrees. So she's already getting confirmation and agreement from the host.
What this government decided to do, they suggested a judiciary overhaul, which is going too far. And the Israeli people are basically rebelling against it now.
So
sorry.
Let me ask you this, though.
So she was going ahead with her comments and her dialogue, and I think it was a very good point of her to just stop. So she's actually listening. As soon as Bill Maher, the host, interjects and starts to say something, he doesn't even get the full sentence or the full phrase out. She automatically stops.
The biggest problem within the Israeli system is that there's no constitution. So right now what we're seeing is a conflict between the government and the Supreme Court. The government wants to take too much power, basically, and overrule the Supreme Court decision by a simple majority. But the Israeli people are rebelling against it. Over 60% of the Israeli public wants to stop this overhaul. 54% of Likud voters didn't know that this would be the first line of item for this new government. And I do believe that it's...
Okay, here's where she's bringing the facts. She just listed off 2 to 3 different statistical arguments to support her point of view. This is very, very strong.
They don't want...
It does seem like they're at a point where there's sort of a battle for the soul of this country.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the cabinet he has, we gave you every opportunity. All we got was war. We gave land back. That doesn't happen a lot. They gave Gaza back.
Notice that even though Noah isn't speaking right now, she's actually moving the conversation forward and she's paying attention. She's nodding her head and she's giving Bill like, hey, I'm listening, continue, right?
We've been around 3/4 of a century, and now
You heard a little ad-libs of the verbal like, yes, yeah.
side, we just want to take it. We're just going to take this. That's what the settlements are. And the other half of Israel is saying, that'll never work. Where are you on that?
I'm on the fact that if we knew...
Quick fire, ready to start talking, right? Ready to go.
I would never say that Israel is a perfect country, obviously. No country is a perfect country. Whenever there's an attack in Israel, the Palestinian Authority is paying martyrs, so paying people who kill Israeli children and women and children, pay them to the tune of $300 million. This is institutionalized terrorism that we can't live with. We can't live with. Thank you.
So, I bet you a lot of people...
So I'd like to break down that segment a little bit. She doesn't think Palestine is a perfect state, and I think that was a really good thing for her to say because it kind of shows that she's on the even keel, right? She's not pushing hard for one side or the next. So it does show that she has some kind of temperament and is being so-called fair. At least that's what she's putting out there. The second thing that I noticed is she lays out her plans and her viewpoints really, really well. And it really touches you when she talks about the bombings and some of the things that she's talking about that's happening in that country. At the end, the audience erupts and she says thank you. And you'll see moving forward that she gets the audience engaged and actually talks to the audience, which makes the audience support her points even more and makes her stronger.
Well, yes, please. Yeah.
She gets the audience engaged again.
By the way, and by the way, the poor people of Gaza are under siege by Hamas. So here's the thing, first and foremost, these two things are not mutually exclusive. I'm pro-Israeli and I'm also pro-Palestinian, okay? Let me just get that thing straight. Now, what's happening to the Democratic Party, unfortunately, with this particular poll, it's not the leadership. Because in the leadership, I can point out to my friend and yours, Richie Torres, who is an incredible supporter of Israel. And
name drop.
Again, Israel's not a perfect country. But if you're a person who supports democracy, freedom of speech, human rights, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, any kind of rights, and you don't support Israel within the context of the Middle East, you're an idiot.
And by this point, Noah lays out her argument perfectly. She has the audience on her side, and I think she's just doing a really, really wonderful job. Right now, she is crushing this interview.
The Palestinian people deserve responsible leadership. That's what the Palestinian people deserve. And if they're going to be,
See, at this point right now, she has command of the audience. And if you notice, she points at the audience and automatically they come in and clap and applaud what it is she's saying. I think if she said that Kentucky Fried Chicken was the best chicken recipe that's out there, I think at this point the audience would have clapped and applauded as well.
They're going to, and if they want to find a solution, which includes a prosperous and safe Israel side by side, then we're going to find a solution. But if it's going to continue being this chant that Bella Hadid chants and other people, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, we're going to keep having this problem.
Right. So did you see the Fabelmans?
I did. I actually did. Thank God I did. My friend whom I saw the movie was in the audience.
Of course, this is your special subject.
Yes, it is.
As an officer of the Israeli government.
Which I'm here in my personal capacity, not as an official of the Israeli government, but yes, anti-Semitism is what I do.
I can tell when Bill Maher brought up the Fabelman, if she saw the movie, things got really, really light. Right? So they were engaged in very heavy, serious conversation, political conversation. And you can see her whole body structure, her facial expression, her movement of unfolding her legs, you can tell that this was a very light conversation that she was very happy to engage in, as you can see with her huge smile. And her second point was, hey, I'm not here in official capacity, right? Don't try to get me canceled. Don't try to mess with my job. This is just a personal viewpoint.
We see it all over the world growing more. I feel like, yes, it is a problem, and I think it has increased slightly recently, or maybe a great deal.
Yes,
I don't
increased
know.
a lot.
Increased a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. It still is way better than it was then, right? I just think liberals have a tendency to like forget about progress. They, like anytime you acknowledge progress, you know, I just know that like when I was a kid, you know, I'm
The
from
nodding
a
of the
mixed marriage.
head.
You know, my mother's
Keep it
Jewish,
engaged in the
living up
conversation,
raised
even though
Catholic,
she's
and
not talking.
I just know how
Very
people
important.
reacted to that. How outrageous it was
Right.
when they got married in 1951. You know, Jews used to have their own department stores.
Yes,
in this country. I mean,
we have definitely
just acknowledge
progressed.
it's yes, but
Definitely
it is still
progressed,
a
but
problem.
it's coming back, and the problem is that it's coming
Not
back.
the department store.
Not the department store, no. Not to my knowledge, at least. I have no idea. That'd be so weird. But not to that extent. Okay. But it definitely is coming back. The numbers are staggering. So 82% of American people notice anti-Semitism. American Jewish population. Mm-hmm. The Jewish population is 2% of the American public, but we're over 50% of religious-based hate crime. Over 50% of college kids, of Jewish college kids, feel the need to hide their Jewish identity. So there's something
really?
going on. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And they feel safe in Jewish spaces, and they don't want to walk around wearing Stars of David and be proud. So there's something about being visibly Jewish right now. For example, in New York City, you get beaten up. Like, you actually get attacked if you're visibly Jewish.
In New York?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Very
I guess
much
it's
so.
worse than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's pretty bad, but we're here.
I mean, this is not happening to a lot of the people in New York. There's a lot of Jews in New York. I don't think they're all getting beaten up.
I'm not saying that they all are, but the numbers, we have FBI said a rise in 16% rise in anti-Semitic attacks. So not just like harassment and like flyers with a swastika.
But I think, hate attack...
Wow. Strong statistics. She just has all the statistics lined up. You can tell she didn't have to even think about it. Anyone in New York out there? Can you corroborate that Jews are? This is indeed the plight and is happening in New York, because this seems really bad. Let me know in the comment section.
Actually, going up against everybody. It's just we're not in a good time.
No, we're not.
So
social media is not helping.
Watch this. Look at Bill Maher start looking down and bringing his energy down, right? This is a good cue to show that the conversation is about to end. Watch.
Hope your country does as well as my country does in the future.
His tone of voice, prosody, everything changes.
All right. Yes, thank you. Noah Tishby, everybody. Thank you very much.
Beautiful interview.
I'm so glad we did this. All right, let's meet our panel.
All right, guys. Excellent job, and this is something that you guys can look at to see how an interview done well commands presence, attention in the room, has the audience on her side, even though they're not the ones speaking, actually controlling the conversation by giving head nods, looking at the person, saying and keeping things going. This was an excellent interview to go up to look at. Take notes, guys. Till the next video, peace out.